everybody, welcome back to Meta. So for today's video, I'm going to talk to you about Neptune in the 12th house. Neptune in the 12th house is a placement where you are in tune and in touch and in union with a collective unconscious, conscious, and subconscious, to the point where the way this manifests itself is in vivid and vibrant awareness of your own visions, dreams, and illusions. Neptune in the 12th house is a master placement for creating a concrete thought from the abstract. This is a sign of a daydreamer. Whether you daydream or you sleep a lot, there's this side of you where you're just not there. And when you have this placement, because of the tendency to daydream and the ease for you to be able to just tap out, you've also mastered the ability to hide this fact, to hide the fact that you are probably the world's biggest daydreamer. Life is literally a dream, and it's what you make of it, right? And so people who have Neptune in the 12th house are so connected to the unconscious ebb and flow of life that Simon Vorster, he's another astrologer, he coined people who have Neptune in the 12th house as this placement just being inherently nebulous. And what he means by that, which is a perfect example, is the reality that you are so intertwined with the existence itself that is like the point of Gestalt, where all the parts of reality make up the whole picture. And that whole picture is Neptune in the 12th house. You just know. You feel it in your soul. You just know. You have this intuitive knowing in regards to just things. It's I don't want to say it's strange in like a Uranian or Aquarian sense, but it's just strange in the sense it's Stranger Things. You know, there's just no real way to define Neptune in the 12th. You experience the transcendental idea that it doesn't matter how whole you are, there's still the state of dissolution where we dissolve and merge back to the oneness of everything. People with displacement oftentimes feel as if the present reality isn't even reality itself. And this is just going to go in pretty deep, but essentially, you know that the universe is co-created. So you understand that there is a higher force outside of our own control that is the samsara, the wheel of life, or connected to it, however you want to call it, right? But essentially the point is you're connected, just straight up connected. And you have insane dreams. And when I say insane, I mean like if your mind already can naturally be connected, then you know how to generate ideas and visions and illusions at will. And there's a very strong Neptunian pull where you are in a way forced to surrender to the flow of life itself, meaning use your imagination and creativity as an outlet for what you feel the need to express. But at the same time, always remember that you must stay grounded in reality, because it doesn't really matter how much you want to fabricate things, the reality is still there. And so people with displacement often find themselves in situations where it's like that feeling where you can't even be mad because you already knew. But instead of it being something that the Neptune in the 12th house person already knows, it's more so making a choice between two paths, knowing that inevitably at the end, you are where you need to be. Because the whole cycle and state of constancy, how do you say this? It's like when you have Neptune in the 12th house, it's like you know that your present state is the constant and change is the only constant. That's the mutable side to, you know, Neptune itself, because Neptune is extremely elusive. I mean, look at how much we don't know about Uranus. And there's so much more that we don't know about Neptune or Pluto. And as, you know, human history progresses, more information will be expressed. But in the meantime, this placement itself is nebulous. Whenever you have strong Neptune contacts, it adds that illusory clean slate where people can literally see what they want to see from you, whether or not you're projecting or showing that, but they can see the potential. Just like you can dream the potential, you can envision the potential, people can see that from you. And what they see depends on their own state of mind, obviously. It's ironic that I'm making this video listening to music, because in a way, it just helps the thoughts like keep going without me stopping so much. What else? So people who have Neptune in the 12th house are just naturally good at embodying that which they want to see or be, provided that they have, you know, the discipline to do so. But it's like with this placement, that's saying you are your worst or greatest enemy. How does that even make sense? You can be your worst enemy, but at the same time, you can be your greatest ally. It really depends on what you put your energy behind. Because when it comes to the 12th house, because it's very wild card in nature, the whole point is you determine what it is that you create, whether it's an illusion or a vision that you have that you want to manifest into reality. It's so important to stay grounded, because naturally it's easy for you to not be. I don't want to go as far as to say, oh, you're not grounded, but the reality is, you know, especially with these Neptune transits that we're having, Neptune and Pisces, it's so important to stay grounded, because with great power comes great responsibility. You have literally the power to create the experience that you want. How you go about that, it depends on your own choices and circumstances, but the nature of the experience, you have a lot more free will in that. I may make a part 2 as I study this placement more, but so far, yeah, like this is a really tough placement to describe, because it's just the essence and nature of who you are is Neptune in the 12th house, because it's the totality of everything. Anyways, this concludes your video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.